Hello, my name is Chris Richards and welcome to my channel. This is my DSi, and what we're playing today is this, Professor Layton and the Lost Future. It's too bright behind, so I can't really focus on that, but yeah, Professor Layton and the Lost Future on the DS. What we're playing today, so let's crack on with it, shall we? What's in the DS? Probably Tetris. That's normally what I play. Yeah, Tetris. Put that down carefully. Don't like the fact it's on its screen. Tetris on the DS is what's in there now. Take that out. And Professor Layton. Put the Tetris into Professor Layton. And close and close and close. Right. Professor Layton. Ooh, there it is in the Lost Future on the DS. Now, I shouldn't really play brain teaser games because I have brain damage. The two do not mix well. But I quite like the Professor Layton titles. I really do, in fact. I've played them all up to this point. I tend to enjoy them. So, yeah. I use help and guides and God knows what else when it's necessary, but I do try and do the majority of it on me, Todd, and without help. So, Professor Layton and the Lost Future on the DS. And, yeah. Let's give it a blast, shall we? Alrighty. Okay. Bear with. Once I get it right, it'll stay. Right. Professor Layton and the Lost Future. On the bottom we have new game, continue, bonuses and a bus. New game. Please enter your name. CHRIS. Okay. This is a work of fiction. Characters, groups, and events portrayed within are in no way intended to resemble the real world. I've got nothing on the bottom screen, so I'll bring that to you.
It just doesn't seem to add up, Professor.
I honestly thought you were pulling my leg.
What? I wouldn't dream of it.
Professor, I hope this letter finds you well. As for me, I am in quite a predicament.
Oh, sorry.
You see, the London we know and love has been thrown into absolute chaos.
Yeah.
To complicate matters, the calamity I speak of does not take place in your time. This may be difficult to believe, but I am writing to you from 10 years in the future. I know this is a lot to take in, but I'll explain it all soon. For now, I ask that you head to the clock shop on Midland Road in Baldwin. I look forward to seeing you again. Your student, Luke Triton.
Strange as it sounds, it seems that the author of this letter is none other than your future self, Luke.
From my future self? But how is that even possible?
I don't know, but it does raise the question if this letter is indeed authentic. How did it get here?
By time-travelling postman? Just joking, of course. But seriously, I think this mystery might be the strangest we've ever encountered.
Indeed. And even in the future, you seem to need my help in solving it. Your constancy can be quite a comfort in these uncertain times, my boy.
Well, thank you, I think. But back to the letter. How do we know it's real?
Well, we haven't much to go on yet. But I can't help but think that this strange occurrence is connected to the terrible events of last week.
Let's review the major mysteries of our story. Well, see if I can get you a better view. Okay, so let's review the major mysteries of our story. Touch a mystery for more details. Can't quite get the colours right, but at least you can see. Pook. Professor Layton has received a mysterious letter. The sender claims to be Luke from 10 years in the future, but how can this be possible?
It all started about a week ago.
Using a six-dimension alpha distributor, I was able to guide a concentrated stream of Hammer-Near particles through a temporal vortex, more commonly known as a wormhole. This stream of particles allowed me to divine the terminal points of the vortex. Armed with this information, the next step was to artificially distort the flow of time, generate a massive magnetic field via a solar coil. Once the magnetic field is firmly established, one has the ability, quite literally, punch holes or hive gaps into the very fabric of space-time. After this crucial step, simply a matter
Oh, it's the detective.
Quite the spread we have here, Inspector.
Inspector, sorry. But he's been in previous games.
Though it does make me wonder what we did to deserve invitations to such a feast.
It's obvious, Barton. I'm an influential man in the world of law enforcement. It's only natural I'd be invited to an important event such as this.
I suppose that's possible.
At the top, it's just buildings. They're not doing anything. They're just being buildings, as buildings do.
Possible, you say?
Probable. Highly probable, sir.
Yes, sir. Touch an area to investigate. Ooh, okay. Solved 0. You mean just poke anywhere on the screen, eh? I poke the clock. Okay, I'll poke it again. Look at the size of that clock. There we go. I poked the inspector. Well, the food certainly isn't anything to write home about. Sorry I feel that way, sir. I think it's quite scrumptious myself. Bah, this over-salted chop and pile of wilted greens of nothing on Emily's cooking. If that's how you feel, sir, I'd be happy to relieve you of that burden. Now see here, Barton, if you don't return my chop at once, I'll have you driving a desk next week. It'll be worth it. It's crackling, it's cracking. He stole his chop. Okay, so again, at the top of the screen there, it's just saying touch to investigate. There's nothing there. So we'll go here. Where should we go, eh? What should we poke? Let's poke the fountain. I've always found the sound of flowing water very relaxing. The building. There are people watching the event from the windows. But this guy here, what does he want?
with quickly so we can leave.
Pompous. Blech.
Oh, yes, dear.
I have to say, I feel a bit out of place here, Professor.
That's quite understandable, Luke. I'm sure most people would feel the same way in the presence of the Prime Minister.
Hey, look! I think I see Inspector Chalmey over there. So, Professor, what do you think about this whole event? Do you think that someone has really built a working time machine?
I'm not entirely sure. Still, if it proves to be true, can you imagine the stir it will cause in the scientific community?
Well, I think it's really exciting. Though you don't sound entirely convinced, Professor.
Anything's possible, Luke. But I won't be convinced until I've seen the contraption work for myself. And I must confess, something about this entire presentation seems a bit off.
Why do you say that? Ah, of course. That must be your famous intuition talking, eh?
That's one way of putting it. But enough speculation. Look over there, Luke.
That guard? What about him?
He seems to be looking for a man who snuck into the event uninvited.
I'll just show you what they're pointing up at. Still image. Everything's dark. Apart from a circle around the dude in a red t-shirt. I'll go back here a bit just so you can see both screens a bit better. There we go. It's very hard to record the DS unless you emulate, which is something I will not do.
Ooh, so we have an intruder in our midst.
Okay, so talk to the guard, which as we know is the dude in red. Crumbs have really blown it this time. You look troubled, sir. Might we be of assistance? Yeah, I've got an itchy back. Assistance. Oh yes, please. See, I've just received a report of some untoward behavior. Puzzle number 1. This puzzle is worth 10 picarats. 10 out of 10. Okay. There is an uninvited guest at the presentation, but the guards received a few clues as to his whereabouts. Yeah. His table is adjacent to one that has a red flower on it. His tablecloth is a different colour to any adjacent tables, and his table doesn't have a yellow flower on it. Adjacent tables are connected by dotted lines. Take the guard to the correct table. Okay, so let's bring this in closer so you can see it. And so you can see what I'm looking at. Okay. Use the stylus to drag the guard in the bottom corner of the touchscreen to a table. When you've got the correct table, select submit. So you can see that. His table is adjacent to the one that has a red flower on it. So there's a red flower here. So it could be that one there. His tablecloth is a different colour to any adjacent tables. So white, yellow. Yep, that's correct. And on his table doesn't have a yellow flower. Okay, so I'm pretty sure his table is that one there. Yeah, you agree with me? You think so? Yeah. I know you can't answer me, but there we go. While you think about it. Okay, I'm going to submit. I think that's correct.
Here's my answer.
Bosh.
No puzzle can stop Layton's apprentice.
Done. I was poking my camera with the stylus. Good work, you found the party crasher. It's time to let the guard do what he does best. Okay, it's a good start. Splendid work, my boy. Puzzle number 1, party crasher, is now in your puzzle index. It's so hard to keep the colors right when recording a DS. It really is. Okay, all about picarettes. Picarettes are points that indicate a puzzle's difficulty. The more picarettes a puzzle is worth, the tougher it is. When you submit an incorrect answer for a puzzle, the number of picarettes you can earn from that puzzle decreases, so think carefully before answering. Once you've beaten the game and saved, go to the bonuses section and load your game file. From there, you can enter the top secret area where a number of fun games are waiting for you. The more picarettes you earn, the more content you unlock. So, thanks so much for your help. There'll be no more scrounging on my watch. So, do you see that, Professor? I just assisted in the apprehension of a suspect. Looks like the presentation is about to begin. Let's get back to our seats. Okay, so get back to our seats. So, show's about to begin. Oh, there are seats here, and there are seats here. Where are our seats? Let's go to... That looks like an empty table. No? This event is a complete charade, don't you, Bill? What's that? Oh, yes, a complete charade. Well, I hope the presentation is brief. We do have places to be, you know. Okay. So the show's about to begin. I've always found the sound of flowing water very relaxing. Okay. Can I... Where do I sit? What a contraption. I wonder if it really works. Let me sit. There? I'll just poke the lady. This event is a complete shit, yeah. I can't see a table for me to sit at. I'll poke the presentation guy. Alright, okay. I was looking for a seat.
Thank you for taking part in an event that will undoubtedly go down in scientific history. And here to demonstrate mankind's first time machine is its creator, Dr. Alan Stangan.
Stand gun? Really? Stand gun?
Thank you, my esteemed colleagues. After years of research in the field of time travel, I am pleased to share the fruits of my labor.
What's that to 6 people? There's only 6 people in the crowd.
In just a few short moments, I will be moving on to our scheduled demonstration. But first, I'm delighted to announce that Prime Minister Bill Hawkes is in attendance today. As such, I have reserved a very special seat for our very special guest. Please, join me on stage, Prime Minister. No need to be shy. Is this thing real? What do you mean?
I mean, is this contraption a genuine working time machine?
Why don't you have a seat? See for yourself. Before we start, would you honor us with a few words, Prime Minister?
Okay, there's more than 6 people. Just about.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today is a monumental day, not only for our great nation, but for the entire human race. Since the beginning of time, we humans have strived to transcend our natural limits. We have conquered the skies and the seas, and we have even traveled to outer space. But the one frontier that has always eluded us is time. Indeed, traveling through time is a dream many thought was out of reach for humanity. Until now. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you will join me in ushering in a new era for mankind. Thank you for those words, Prime Minister. And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. Please take it away, Dr. Stangan.
I have just one more request before we start. I'd very much appreciate the Prime Minister's assistance in this demonstration. What do you say, Mr. Hawks?
What?
I assure you, there's no cause for concern.
But I was under the impression that I would merely be observing the proceedings.
Ah, well, do forgive my presumption. It was never my wish to make you uncomfortable. I realize it's been some time since you traded in the hard sciences for the softer variety. Please, feel free to return to your seat, Prime Minister.
Wait. What I mean to say is, of course I can assist you.
He's just insulted him and insulted the work he does.
Bill, have you lost your mind?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, that's the courage we've come to expect from our fearless leader. You have my thanks. And now, without further ado, I give you my time machine. Mr. Hawks, would you mind just stepping inside?
You would have thought the president would have asked, "Where are you transporting me to?" That would have been a good question.
What the dickens just happened? Something's gone very wrong.
Where is he? Someone find Bill!
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain calm and refrain from panicking.
This is chaos! The Prime Minister and Dr. Stangle have vanished!
My word.
So, you think that what happened last week is somehow connected to this letter? Wait! Maybe if the time machine was real, this letter is real too!
I don't know about that, but these two elements aren't the only puzzling issues. Tell me, Luke, have you heard about the recent disappearances occurring here in London?
Oh, yes. I read about it in the paper.
I just show you it's as you can see, newspaper print.
Some of London's greatest scientists have been mysteriously vanishing.
Yes, and I can't shake the feeling that those disappearances are linked to this whole affair. In any case, it seems our best course of action is to head to the location mentioned in the letter.
Good idea.
So, Prime Minister Bill Hawks mysteriously disappeared in the accident at the time machine presentation. What could possibly have happened to him?
the clue in the letter, the Professor and I set off. What awaited us was one of the biggest mysteries we'd ever encountered.
To my dear friend, me, Chris.
Somehow, a single letter had made its way back through time. And the sender, strange as it sounds, was me. The future me, that is. Little did we know that this letter would draw us into the strangest of situations.
Yes. Oh. I did buy this game secondhand. So, John, 4 hours, 46 minutes. Lauren, 2 hours, 22. And Chick Donna, 10 hours, 52 minutes. Wow. They've done well. Anyway. Bye-bye, John. Me. The clock shop that the letter mentioned should be around here somewhere. But where is it? Pah. Look at his little face. Look at his little face. Whoa, anyway. Okay. My back is killing me. I am at a funky angle to try and record this. It's not easy. So I'm gonna close that down. Give my back a break. Professor Layton. We only got to do one puzzle. I'm sure there'll be more. But yeah, you get the idea what type of game it is. I mean, let's be honest, any gamer knows what Professor Layton's all about. But I'm going to go find somewhere more comfortable and actually go and enjoy it. I think the sofa downstairs will be the best bet. So thank you for joining me. This has been Professor Layton and the Lost Future. There it is on the DS. Yeah. Not much to say about it, really. If anyone wants me to do a continuation, a part 2, then feel free. Please let me know in the comments below, and I will quite happily make another video for you if people want to see more of it. But other than that, thank you so much. I'm going to chill out and play it. I'm looking forward to it. Have a good day, and I will see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.